SCP-2560 Object Class Safe Special Containment Procedures. SCP-2560-01 is to be kept in a large documented storage locker in Reliquary Site-32. Only 3 approved Foundation personnel plus 10 Class D personnel are allowed to view more than 256 pages of SCP-2506-01 at any given time for purposes of testing. SCP-2506-02 is currently disassembled pending testing. SCP-2506-03 are currently kept in a glass display case at Reliquary Site-32 for all site personnel to view at their leisure, due to the benign nature of the anomaly present. It is to be removed from the case once weekly to check for any signs of decay or deterioration. Despite the fact that the home of Edward Leedskalnin is a tourist attraction in Florida, no containment procedures around it have been deemed necessary due to lack of anomalies in the area. Regular observation of the area is to be carried out by agents embedded in the park staff. Description: SCP-2560 refers to several anomalies related to or created by Edward Leedskalnin, a Latvian sculptor and engineer born in 1887. Leedskalnin is best known for building the Coral Castle, an estate in Florida built largely out of limestone megaliths. SCP-2560-01 is a 1,024-page written manuscript and mainly concerns what the author refers to as magnetic currents that hold life together, originating from the north and south poles within matter, as opposed to magnetic fields generated by ions. Despite the fact that this and several other theories presented have no scientific basis, experiments within SCP-2560-01 can be replicated by individuals who have read directly from the text, and experiments will often have results similar to what the author presents. SCP-2560-02 is a magnetic construction created by Leedskalnin. SCP-2560-02 uses 42 anomalous versions of the perpetual motion holder assembly invented by Leedskalnin, with 16 placed on the front and 26 placed towards the rear. SCP-2560-02 will not activate unless at least 256 pages of SCP-2560-01 have been read by the individual operating it. When this condition is met, SCP-2560-02 will disintegrate matter placed at the center of the magnets, with the exception of pieces of limestone, specifically oolite. Exactly 16 minutes 26 seconds later, matter seemingly destroyed by SCP-2560-02 will be reintegrated into reality at their original location. Human subjects have used SCP-2560-02 will report seeing a landscape matching either the magnetic North Pole 75.7667 degrees north, 99.7833 degrees west, or the magnetic South Pole 90.0000 degrees south, 0.0000 degrees west of the Earth. Subjects do not appear to be corporeal during this time. Furthermore, subjects report seeing a man matching the description of Leedskalnin standing nearby, designated SCP-2560-02A. SCP-2560-02A will occasionally respond to attempts to initiate conversation with humans who use SCP-2560-02. For details, see interview 2560-1. SCP-2560-03 are the cadavers of Edward Leedskalnin and Agent Skrvusk, a Latvian woman who was Lead Scanlon's ex-fiancée. Despite both individuals being deceased for and years of 2014, neither instance of SCP-2560-03 have experienced any decay either externally or internally. Nasal, oral, and endoscopic examination has shown that both instances of SCP-2560-03 are sterile, and all tissue in the instances is impermeable, including all epithelia and ocular tissue. Furthermore, when not restrained, both instances hover approximately 20 centimeters above any surface they are placed on. Recovery log. SCP-2560-01 was discovered by the crew of the television show Debunking the Pyramids, a skeptic show dedicated to eliminating paranormal myths and conspiracies about the construction of ancient structures such as the pyramids of Giza, Egypt. The host of the show, Arnold Sachs, found the manuscript after inspecting the well at Lead Skeletons' home in Homestead, Florida, and assembled SCP-2560-02 with help from his production crew under the assumption that it was a construction tool used by Lead Skeleton. SCP-2560-02 was then activated in a live stream broadcast at the program's website, resulting in the disintegration of Mr. Sachs. After 16 minutes 26 seconds, Mr. Sachs reappeared. However, technical difficulties prevented crucial portions of the event from being streamed, and it was widely dismissed as a hoax. Foundation operatives administered Class A anesthetics to the crew of Debunking the Pyramids. Following the recovery of SCP-2560-01 and -2, the body of Edward Lead Skeleton was discovered missing by cemetery caretakers in Miami-Dade County, Florida. After 26 hours, the body spontaneously materialized in the center of SCP-2560-02, and an additional 16 hours later, the cadaver of Agnes Skrvusk appeared. SCP-2560 was classified as safe on 2/16/2016. Interview 2560-03 on 1/21/2014. Dr. Richard Farrell was selected to use SCP-2560-02 to communicate with the entity designated SCP-2560-02A, and recorded the results once he returned. Dr. Farrell was selected due to his fluency in Latvian and a highly retentive memory, as recording equipment ceases to function upon use of SCP-2560-02. SCP-2560-02A. Ah, hello. Would you like a hot dog? They're almost done. Only 2 cents. Dr. Richard Farrell. No, thank you. How can you eat that? SCP-2560-02A. They're delicious. That's how I can eat them. Dr. Farrell. No, I mean, you're incorporeal. How can you be eating a hot dog? SCP-2560-02A. Produces a hot dog from pressure cooker over the barbecue pit and places it into a bun it produces from its coal. It's because they are life, my friend, and life, even in death, cannot be destroyed. Dr. Phil, that's rather philosophical, Mr. Lead Skeleton. SCP-2560-02A. Ah, you have heard of my work? Of course you have. Why else would you be here? Dr. Phil, I have. Tell me, how am I here? I was just at a facility in Redacted. SCP-2560-02A. You are here because your body has been destroyed. Now you are all magnets, and magnets originate from the North and South poles. So naturally, you must be drawn to either the North or South Pole. You, my friend, were a North Pole magnet, so you are naturally drawn to the South Pole. Dr. Farrell, so I'm dead? SCP-2560-02A. I would imagine not. You're not like the rest of them. SCP-2560-02A indicates the empty space around them. You have more vibrancy to you. You'll go back soon, like the television person. SCP-2560-2A spontaneously vanishes and is replaced by an unknown humanoid entity appearing to be in a great amount of pain. Dr. Farrell later noted the entity seemed to be dissolving. Unknown entity. Edward E. Aprogius? Dr. Farrell. Who are you? Unknown entity. Dabu vinu uspili unsle vinum not. What? Dr. Farrell. What? Unknown entity. At this point, the entity begins flickering out of existence, being replaced by SCP-2560-02A. Netstien vien KS Bijusiet. SCP-2560-2A reappears, doubled over as if in pain. Dr. Farrell arrives to assist it. SCP-2560-02A. It happens occasionally. My magnets were not stable, so I sometimes go up north. It happens when you use my machine too much. SCP-2560-02A stands up. I used it to try and become northern. Dr. Farrell. Northern? I don't understand. Dr. SCP-2560-2A angrily. You use your brain. You're a man of science, are you not? Do I have to spell it out for you? You're all akin to children, except children are far better than you. Dr. Farrell. Please, if you would, for a second. SCP-2560-02A. Bah, very well. My sweet 16 was a southern magnet, as was I. Only people who are opposites in terms of polarity may be together, north and south only. South and south or north and north repel like iron magnets. I attempted to use my creation to reverse my charge. Dr. Farrell. So, you reasoned that if people were opposite polarities, that you could be together? SCP-2560-2A. Yes, but there is a problem I did not think of. SCP-2560-02A begins tending the barbecue pit once again. She is southern, so she goes north. I am north most of the time, so I go south. Dr. Farrell. In other words, you can never see her. SCP-2560-02A. It is the curse of magnets. Opposites attract. As long as we are opposites, we can never be together. SCP-2560-02A sighs and produces another hot dog from the barbecue, handing it to Dr. Farrell. It will be time for you to go soon, I think. How time flies. Have this one, as you Americans say, on the house. Dr. Farrell takes the hot dog and bites into it. Could use some ketchup. SCP-2560-02A laughs. Can't please everyone, I suppose. At this point, Dr. Farrell reappears in the center of SCP-2560-02A, and the entity seen by him has been classified as SCP-2560-02B. The hot dog that returned with Dr. Farrell is currently undergoing extensive testing.